The New York Knicks are making waves in NBA trade rumors, and the latest developments indicate they are primed to land one of the league's brightest superstars, Devin Booker. With a robust connection to key members of the Knicks roster and front office, Booker's potential move to New York is rapidly becoming one of the most talked-about trade scenarios in recent memory. Let's dive into what makes this trade possible and what it could mean for the future of the Knicks. First, let's take a look at the backdrop surrounding the Phoenix Suns and their star shooting guard. Devin Booker has been the face of the Suns for nearly a decade, but his loyalty to the franchise has increasingly been questioned in light of their failure to consistently contend at the highest levels. The Suns made an appearance in the NBA Finals in 2021, but they were ultimately swept by Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks, a loss that stung deeply. Since then, Phoenix has failed to replicate that magical run, with a series of disappointing playoff exits, including a crushing second-round defeat at the hands of Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks in 2022. Despite the acquisition of Kevin Durant in a high-profile trade, the Suns' championship aspirations seem to be slipping away, leaving many wondering whether Booker, one of the league's premier talents, is beginning to tire the team's ongoing struggles. Enter the New York Knicks, a franchise that has shown a remarkable resurgence under the leadership of Leon Rose. Over the past few seasons, the Knicks have steadily improved, reaching the second seed in the Eastern Conference and establishing themselves as one of the league's most promising teams. Their formula for success has been built around a dynamic combination of emerging stars like Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. However, the Knicks are now eyeing a true superstar to propel them into the championship conversation, and Devin Booker has become the centerpiece of their trade aspirations. The Knicks' pursuit of Booker is hardly a new story. Last season, reports emerged suggesting that the Knicks were actively exploring the possibility of adding Booker to their roster. The idea of pairing Booker with Jalen Brunson in a high-scoring backcourt was immediately enticing. The combination of two elite offensive players could create one of the most potent tandems in the league, putting the Knicks in prime contention for a deep playoff run. Moreover, Booker's connection to the team is more than just professional. He shares a close personal bond with several Knicks players, notably his best friend, Julius Randle. Additionally, Booker's ties to Leon Rose, the Knicks president, who was instrumental in Booker's early career development, could make this move even more plausible. Although the Knicks have long been linked to Booker, the timing has never seemed right. Until now, the Suns are at a crossroads. Durant is nearing the end of his career, and Phoenix's window for competing for championships is rapidly closing. Booker, while still relatively young, is in his prime, and many believe that if he is ever going to win a title, it will likely have to be with a new team. The Knicks, with their wealth of young talent, asset, and cap space, are in an ideal position to make a serious push for Booker in the offseason. However, the road to acquiring Booker is far from straightforward. The Knicks, despite their financial flexibility, don't have a treasure trove of trade assets that would immediately entice the Suns. While the Knicks could offer several future draft picks, the Suns are unlikely to part with one of their cornerstone players unless they receive significant value in return. The potential trade scenario most frequently discussed would involve a package centered around Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby, with the Knicks swapping draft picks and including other assets to sweeten the deal. Even then, the Knicks would still need to address their defensive needs, as giving up Robinson, one of their top defenders, would leave a significant hole in the front court. The Knicks would also need to consider the long-term ramifications of a potential Booker trade. Adding Booker, along with Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, who also figures prominently in Knicks' plans, would undoubtedly make the team an offensive juggernaut. But it's hard to ignore the fact that the Knicks would be trading away a significant portion of their defense in the process. New York's success in recent seasons has been built on a balanced approach, and Booker's arrival would likely tilt the scales toward offense, leaving the Knicks to find new ways to maintain their defensive integrity. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the situation is the player empowerment movement that has defined recent NBA trades. Over the years, we've seen players take control of their futures, leveraging their influence to force trades to desired destinations. Booker, like many star players before him, may soon find himself in a position to do just that. If he makes it clear to the Suns that he wants to be traded to the Knicks, it could change everything. After all, players like Jimmy Butler and Paul George have shown that when a star player wants to go somewhere, they often get their way. The Knicks have been incredibly cautious in their trade dealings in recent years, not wanting to overextend themselves and risk derailing the team's progress. But if Booker makes his intentions known, it will be hard for New York to pass up the opportunity to add one of the NBA's premier talents. While it's still early, the groundwork is being laid for a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the Knicks' future. Of course, Booker's acquisition would not be a panacea. The Knicks would still face challenges, not just in terms of assembling the right roster, but in ensuring they maintain the chemistry that has propelled them to success in recent seasons. Booker's arrival would make the Knicks a favorite in the East, but the team would need to surround him with the right pieces to challenge for a title. In the coming months, the Knicks will continue to monitor the situation closely, weighing their options and preparing for what could be a transformative trade. As for Booker, his future in Phoenix may be uncertain, but one thing is clear. New York is waiting, and if the Knicks have their way, the franchise's long-awaited return to championship contention could be just around the corner.